Two of Crypto.com's major competitors, Celsius and Voyager Digital, have just filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And while you could argue that black swan events, like the collapse of LUNA, led ultimately to the downfall of Voyager Digital and Celsius, the bottom line is this: Voyager Digital and Celsius both made critical business mistakes that led to their Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Crypto.com did not make these same business mistakes. Now, this video is not meant to bash Celsius and Voyager Digital. I'm a user of both C5 platforms, have assets on both platforms, so I'm rooting for the survival of both companies. But in today's video, I want to talk about why Crypto.com is doing so much better in this crypto bear market compared to its competitors. So stay tuned and let's go. Let's start off with reason number one, and that's Crypto.com has just been around much longer than Celsius and Voyager Digital. They started operations in June of 2016 under the name Monaco, and experience really is the greatest teacher. Now, Crypto.com did make mistakes in 2016 if you've been following them back then, but those mistakes were made early on. Yes, I know Celsius and Voyager Digital started just 1 year later in 2017, but 1 year in crypto is a very long time. Like, lots of life lessons and company development can happen in 1 year's time. Like in the NBA 1990 playoffs, Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons destroyed Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals and sent Michael Jordan home for a second straight year. But the following year, just 1 year later in the 1991 playoffs, Michael Jordan came back and swept the same Detroit Pistons in the NBA playoffs and eventually would go on to win his first NBA championship. So don't underestimate how powerful 1 year time is. You see, Crypto.com already went through one brutal crypto winter as a fully functioning business, and they learned a lot of lessons along the way. And they ultimately just had a lot more experience in cryptocurrency compared to Celsius and Voyager Digital. Like, some of the moves that Celsius and Voyager Digital made in terms of risk management were just rookie mistakes. Reason number two, they were the company that was most ready for the crypto bull market in 2021. Now, one of the biggest things that drew mainstream people to crypto, and in particular Crypto.com in 2021, was the Crypto.com debit cards with all the various perks and crypto cashback. Yes, I know the Crypto.com debit card is not as attractive now in 2022 since it's been nerfed, but in 2021, it'd be hard to argue that it wasn't the best crypto debit card product out there. And Crypto.com was just fully ready for the bull market in 2021. Because they had this offering, you see, Crypto.com captured huge amounts of new users coming into crypto for the first time and all the associated revenue with that, for the simple fact that they were prepared with an awesome crypto debit card offering. You see, for all these new mainstream people coming into crypto for the first time, it was a simple sell. Use a crypto debit card, get crypto cash back. And yes, Celsius Network and Voyager Digital both had product offerings coming, like the upcoming Celsius credit card and the Voyager Digital debit card, but they were too late. You see, these products, even if Celsius and Voyager Digital didn't go bankrupt, would have launched in late 2022, in the middle of a crypto bear market, which reminds me of my point above with how important 1 year is, especially in crypto. Like, in 2021, it really was a tale of two stories: Crypto.com's debit card and the Coinbase debit card. And the Crypto.com one just had much more superior features and benefits. And yes, I do know Binance had a debit card as well, but it kind of sucked with all the monthly limits back then. Simply put, mainstream population getting into crypto for the first time wanted that shiny object. Coinbase did have a product offering, but their cards were plastic and kind of flimsy. And then you have this company like Crypto.com that comes out with all this marketing, and they were the company that had that shiny object that was ready to meet the mainstream population with all these benefits like Netflix, Amazon Prime. And it attracted mainstream, and then they got into crypto for the very first time. All right, reason number three. Voyager Digital had VGX, Celsius had Cell Token, and Crypto.com had CRO. The one difference between them all is that Crypto.com's CRO has its own chain, Cronos, whereas VGX and Cell were both Ethereum-based tokens. So while you could argue that all three essentially were loyalty tokens, there was just much more limited utility for VGX and Cell, especially with no debit card or credit card offering out there for Voyager Digital and Celsius. CRO, while also limited in utility right now, at least allowed you to upgrade to higher tier Crypto.com debit cards, and each higher tier had more and more real-world benefits like higher CRO cashback on the debit card, free Netflix, and Amazon. And this really drove people to accumulate CRO and lock it up. It drove more and more people to the platform, which ultimately meant more revenue. Plus, a lot of people that are not new to crypto know that there is a lot more potential with the CRO token in terms of future utility, as people are seeing CRO and Cronos model itself after Binance and the BNB chain. Lesson learned is that it helps to have your own chain. All right, reason number 4, 0.3AC exposure, 0 UST exposure from Crypto.com. You see, when Luna ultimately collapsed, 3AC was destroyed, and obviously 3 Arrows Capital borrowed 15,250 Bitcoins and 350 million in USDC from Voyager Digital, and this was over half the size of Voyager Digital's loan book. I don't know why they would ever make that loan unsecured, but when 3AC defaulted on its repayment, trust in Voyager Digital was ultimately lost. Like, people started withdrawing in droves. And this single bad move and business mistake by Voyager Digital might have cost them their business. Now for Celsius, they also had 3AC exposure, although their loan was partially collateralized and was nowhere near as bad as Voyager Digital's. Like, their 3AC exposure led them to only a loss of about $40 million. This definitely hurts, but that alone wouldn't have killed them. But they were playing around with risky UST positions. And yes, they did get out of their $500 million UST position in Anchor before everything collapsed. But rumor has it that they pissed off a lot of powerful people in the process that were left holding the bags, who felt that Celsius partially led to the collapse of Luna and UST. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true or not, or perhaps this was a revenge tour by these powerful people who led this FUD campaign on Celsius on the internet that led to lots of people withdrawing their assets on Celsius to the tune of about $1 billion in crypto assets, which ultimately did lead to Celsius's liquidity crisis and subsequent bankruptcy. Voyager Digital and Celsius ultimately got burned playing with Luna and UST. Crypto.com, on the other hand, had 0 3AC exposure and 0 UST exposure. You see, UST was not even listed on Crypto.com, so the Luna collapse had much less of an impact on Crypto.com versus its competitors. All right, reason number 5, the lockups on Crypto.com. Now, if you're a user of Crypto.com, you know that in order to stake for a Crypto.com debit card, you need to do a 6-month CRO lockup. Crypto.com also offers flexible staking for their Earn program, but they also have a 1-month stake and 3-month stake. And the longer the stake, the more interest yield the user would get. Now, some people in the past have commented on how they didn't like the inflexibility of not being able to withdraw whenever they want. But put it this way, a bank run on Crypto.com is also much more unlikely to happen, because at most you would have these staggered withdrawals, and this would give Crypto.com much more time to respond to any type of liquidity crisis, because users' assets, much more of them, are locked up. Like, Celsius put themselves in a very dangerous position with the flexibility to withdraw anytime with a 0 withdrawal fee, and also in the middle of a crypto bear market. Crypto.com, on the other hand, even if you do withdraw, you are gonna have to pay these hefty withdrawal fees, which sucks for you, but great for an actual sustainable business model. Because Crypto.com, powered by its exchange and all these other fees, their business model is looking a lot like a money printer. All right, reason number 6, they made the difficult decisions that were necessary for long-term survival. Now, if you are a Crypto.com user, you know that Crypto.com got greatly criticized for nerfing the crypto earn rates back in March of 2022, with many people saying that they would leave the platform or move their assets elsewhere to somewhere like Celsius. But the truth is this, they saw the bear market coming. Now, keep in mind that back in March of 2022, the Luna hype was still at an all-time high. Like, Luna was still almost 2 months away from collapsing back then, and other C5 platforms were like maintaining their interest yield rates to kind of keep attracting users. But in my eyes, Crypto.com saw the bear market coming. And why is this? Well, I think it's because that they have been in this situation before. This is not the only crypto winter that they have been through, and they made the moves that other C5 platforms didn't want to make. Like, they made unpopular moves and then followed their unpopular interest rate cuts with even more unpopular moves, such as nerfing the reward rates on the Crypto.com debit cards, and then they further reduced the crypto earn rates. Like, the tier 1 limit right now is like $3,000. And people on the internet attack them. Like, many Crypto.com users and fans criticize them about the communication of some of these moves. But if you were to take a look at the bear market just a couple months later from the time they made these unpopular moves, they did them at the right time for long-term sustainability. All right, overall conclusion, one of the biggest criticisms about Crypto.com was their marketing spend. However, you can't argue that their marketing spend hasn't been effective. Their last reported user count crossed over 50 million, and they were the major winner of the 2021 crypto bull market in terms of user acquisition. And I personally think it's just a matter of time before they overtake Coinbase in terms of user count. And yes, the CRO price is down just like every other major cryptocurrency. However, from an actual operating business perspective, I think they made the right moves. Now, I'd definitely like to see some of the crypto cashback and crypto earn rates go up higher in the next bull market, and obviously further enhancements to the Crypto.com debit cards. And I'm definitely not saying that Crypto.com is a perfect company. Like, they have made mistakes in the past with communication that has led to a lot of backlash. But one way, at least personally for myself, to really test out how crypto projects are is how well they perform in a crypto bear market. And we really are getting that opportunity. Like, just like a romantic relationship, you don't want that relationship to drag on forever. If it's eventually gonna die, you wanna go through the tough times early on in the relationship and see if there's a long-term future. And I'm personally gonna speculate that Crypto.com, if they were to get through this brutal crypto winter, I think the next bull market, Crypto.com is gonna become a top 3 cryptocurrency exchange next to FTX and Binance. Of course, everything that I shared in this video is my own personal opinion and perspective. Please do your own due diligence and research, and don't trust anyone, including myself, unless you've done proper due diligence for yourself. But what do you guys think? How well do you guys think Crypto.com has performed in this crypto winter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you are a Celsius user and Voyager Digital user, I'm right there with you. I also have assets on Celsius and Voyager Digital. I'm praying for them to come through out of this unharmed. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.